Hey, it's your friend Jen, and I've got something a little different for you today. After burning out at the end of 2024, I hit pause on this very podcast, and it led me to a big realization. In this episode, I'm pulling back the curtain on why I'm done teaching short term rental marketing the old way and what I'm building instead. If you're tired of information overload and just want a way to actually get your marketing done, you're going to want to hear this.
You are listening to the Direct Booking Success Podcast, bringing you all the information you need for your short-term rental to stand out from the crowd. I'm your host, Jenn Boyles. As an owner and manager myself, I know how hard it can be to navigate the hospitality industry. I'm here to help, so you too can have direct booking success.
So if you've been wondering where I've been, you're not alone. I've had quite a few emails lately asking, Jen, are you okay? Are you still doing the podcast? And the answer is yes, I'm still here. I'm more here than I've ever been, actually. And if this is the first episode of the Direct Booking Success podcast you've listened to, welcome. I'm Jenn Boyles, your host. You've come in at exactly the right time. At the end of 2024, I hit a wall. After years of pushing content, the free trainings, podcast episodes, downloads, courses, the Direct Booking Success Summit, I burnt out. And it wasn't the kind of tired that just a weekend off could fix. I mean the kind of burnout that makes you question everything. And when I slowed down, I realized something. More is just more. More content doesn't always mean more clarity. More podcasts don't always mean more bookings. So yes, the podcast is continuing, but not weekly. Maybe once a month. Maybe just when I've got something meaningful to share. Because here's the truth. I'm done teaching short-term rental marketing the old way. You don't need any more information. You need a marketing system that actually gets done, that works for your life, your time, your property, your business. And that realization, it changed everything for me. And today I want to share why. Let me take you behind the scenes a little. Over the past few years, I've poured everything into helping hosts just like you win at direct bookings. I've created free resources, the Direct Booking Success Summit, checklists, live workshops, my full program, podcast episodes, social content, swipe files, templates, you name it, I've made it. And I've seen a lot of success stories, okay? Hosts landing their first direct booking, filling those midweek gaps, getting off the OTA hamster wheel, understanding their guest journey, building websites that actually convert. But I've also seen something else. Honestly, something that broke my heart. I've seen hosts who are smart, capable, and so ready for change get stuck. Like they've downloaded that template, but they never used it. They signed up for the course, but never finished it. They'd maybe come to a live call, but still they would feel so overwhelmed. And at first I thought, maybe I need to explain it a bit better, simplify it, add more bonuses. But eventually I realized it's not about how much I give. It's about what actually helps you take action. Information without implementation, it's just noise. And once that hit me, I knew I had to do things differently. So let's be honest for a second. We are drowning in content. Podcasts, YouTube, videos, reels, blogs, downloads, courses, summits. It's endless. If information alone was the answer, you'd be booked out months in advance and never stress over your calendar again. But that's not how this works. Especially if you're juggling this business alongside maybe a full-time job, raising kids, looking after your parents, managing multiple properties, or just trying to stay afloat in a noisy, competitive space. The problem isn't that you don't know what to do. It's that you don't have the space, the support, or structure to actually do it. You're overwhelmed. You're second guessing. You're hearing 5 different strategies from 5 different experts and thinking, okay, but what do I do? And you know what? It's not your fault. It's not a lack of motivation or discipline. It's just the reality of trying to grow a business without a clear, guided path that fits your life. So if you've ever felt like, I should be doing more, but I just can't keep up, I see you. I was you. And that's why I'm changing everything. So let's talk about the shifts I'm making. And not just how I teach, but in how I actually help you succeed. Because I realized something that changed everything for me. You don't need more content. You need clarity. You need support. And you need a space to get it done. So let's break that down. Okay. So number 1, clarity over content. Here's the problem. You're drowning in information. There's no shortage of advice out there. SEO strategies, Instagram tips, guest journey hacks. And sure, it's all helpful in theory, but without clarity, all that content becomes noise. I worked with a host named Sarah who had taken every course, saved every reel, downloaded every freebie. You could imagine her Google Drive was overflowing. But when we started to work together, she said, Jen, I have all this information, but I don't actually know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. That's it. That's the problem. She didn't need more content. She needed clarity. She needed someone to say, this is your strategy. This is who you're talking to. This is the step we're taking today. When you have that, everything gets easier. You stop spinning your wheels. You start making progress. And that progress builds confidence. Okay, number 2, support over solo hustle. I've said it before and I'll keep saying it. You shouldn't have to figure this out alone. But I know you might be. And so many hosts are. They're DIYing their entire marketing strategy, writing copy, designing graphics, managing tech, planning content all by themselves, often late at night, often with the kids asleep in the next room. And I see you. And let me be clear, I admire that hustle. I've done it, but it's not sustainable. And more importantly, it's not how real long-term growth happens. You need a place to ask those questions, to get feedback, to say, does this subject line even make sense? Or can someone help me figure out why this tech or this thing isn't working? Because that kind of support doesn't just save you time. It keeps you moving when you want to give up. It reminds you that you're not the only one in this. And sometimes that's the most important thing. Now, number 3, done is better than perfect. Listen, I know that perfection trap. I sat there thinking, I'll send that email after I tweak it one more time, or I can't post that photo because it doesn't match my grid. Or once I finish building that whole email sequence, then I'll launch. But here's the truth, and I've learned this over and over. Perfection kills momentum. We need imperfect action. You don't need a 12-step funnel. You don't need the prettiest Canva template. You don't need to post 7 days a week. You need to do the thing. One post, one email, one blog, one website update. That's where the magic is. And it's how your confidence grows. Not in the planning, it's in the doing. Imperfect action. So here's the shift. We're done with endless content and no action. We're done with doing it alone. We're done with waiting until it's perfect. And here's what I'm building instead. What if there was a place where your marketing actually got done? Not just taught, not just explained, but implemented. Where you could show up live, create your content with guidance, and leave the call with real marketing finished. Where you have the templates that are actually built for short-term rentals, where your questions get answered in real time, where your AI assistant is trained to think like a direct booking expert. That's what I'm building. And I'm calling it the STR Content Lab. It's a monthly club designed to help hosts like you create, publish, and track your marketing consistently, strategically, and with momentum. If your gut is saying, yes, this is what I've been missing, keep listening. I want you to be the first to know when the doors will open. So, no, I'm not disappearing. The podcast isn't going anywhere, but everything is shifting. It's going to be deeper, more intentional, more aligned with what you actually need, not just another checklist or a tip. And behind the scenes, I'm creating something brand new, a space where we work together, where the support is built in, where the overwhelm gets replaced by a clear, confident plan, and real, consistent bookings. If that sounds like what you need, I want you to do one thing. Head to my website, okay? directbookingsuccess.com. Head to my website right now. Okay, don't do this if you're driving, of course, but if you're able to do that, head to the website, okay, and you will see the Content Lab there. Click on that and sign up to the waitlist. So head to directbookingsuccess.com right now and head to the Content Lab, the STR Content Lab, and sign up for the waitlist. And hey, if this episode resonated with you, if it made you feel seen or gave you that little spark of hope, why don't you share it with another host? Someone in your community, a friend, or maybe somebody who's been struggling and just needs to hear that they're not alone. It's such a kind and simple way to support someone else's journey, and it will mean the world to them and to me. All right, until next time, go out and take action for your own direct booking success.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Direct Booking Success podcast. For more information about this episode and others, head to the website directbookingsuccess.com/podcast. See you next time.